Election Commission issues notification for first phase of Lok Sabha polls. The phase covers 14 seats of Northeast. Booth to drive for voter awareness in Assam. Election authorities release 5 videos and a handbook. Thousand-strong last rites of former Defence Minister and Goa Chief Minister Parrikar performed with full state honours. India and Maldives signed 3 pacts, and New Delhi says it's ready to support Malay's efforts for socio-economic development. And Virat Kohli retains number 1 spot in ICC one-day rankings. In bowlers list, Jasprit Bumrah is at the top. Good evening, welcome to the Northeast News, and this is Hans Raj. And now the news in details. In national news first, the notification for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections was issued today. 91 parliamentary constituencies spread over 20 states and union territories will go to polls in this phase. The notification will herald filing of nominations by the candidates for these parliamentary constituencies. The last date for filing of nominations for the first phase is March 25th. The scrutiny will take place the next day, while March 28th will be the last date for withdrawal of nominations. The polling for this phase will be held on April 11th. Simultaneously, notification was also issued today for assembly elections for 4 states: Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. The counting of votes will be taken up on May 23rd after completion of all 7 phases of polling. Moving on to the Northeast now, notification for the Lok Sabha elections in the region was issued today. In Assam, notification was issued for Tezpur, Koliabor, Jorhat, Dibrugarh and Lakhimpur constituencies. These 5 constituencies will go to polls in the first phase. For this phase, a notification was issued for 2 seats in Arunachal Pradesh, 1 seat in Manipur, 2 seats in Meghalaya, 1 seat in Mizoram, 1 in Nagaland, 1 seat in Sikkim and 1 seat in Tripura was also issued. The last date for filing of nominations papers is 25th of this month. In Assam, in a bid to make the upcoming general elections more inclusive and participatory and promote awareness and outreach activities, Chief Electoral Officer Mukesh Kumar Sahu today released the 5 videos and a voter's handbook on basics of electoral participation at Janata Bhavan, Guwahati. The step part of the systematic voters' education and electoral participation sweep. The theme song by Tarali Kharma, who is also one of the icons for promoting voter awareness, was also released. Speaking to the media, Sahu informed that 30 companies of Central Armed Police personnel have already arrived in the state for election duties. Still in Assam, Kamrup Metro District Authority has initiated its training program on electronic voting machines and voter verifiable paper audit trail VVPAT for the election officers in Guwahati. During the first phase of the program starting today, more than 3,000 officials were imparted the training. The district authorities conducted the program in 2 venues: Cotton Collegiate Government Higher Secondary School and Pan Bazar Higher Secondary School. The election officer of Kamrup Metro District, Zimli Hoikia, said the training will take place in 3 phases.
ট্ৰেইনিং যেনেকৈ মানুহখিনিক যিখিনি জানিব লগা কথা পলিঙৰ দিনা তেওঁলোকে কেনেকৈ ইভিএম ভিভিপেটটো কানেকশ্যন কৰিব, তেওঁলোকে কি কৰিব লাগিব পলিং ষ্টেচনত গৈ পেলাই।
In Tripura, Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev has asked the BJP workers not to waste time in the run-up to elections and ensure victory for party nominees. Addressing an organizational meeting of the party's North Tripura unit at Vivekananda Satabarshiki Bhavan, Dharmanagar, Dev said that the workers should highlight achievements of the state government during its one-year rule. He said the state government has already fulfilled 90% of the promises made in the vision document. As the country is getting ready for the biggest democratic exercise, the Lok Sabha poll to decide who will rule it in the 5 years, Impulse NGO, in collaboration with Twitter India, organized a panel discussion at the State Convention Centre, Shillong, with the theme, "We want to be heard, we want to make a difference." The objective of the panel discussion was to create awareness among first-time voters in the northeastern states of India and to crowdsource a youth agenda for the upcoming elections. Several prominent personalities from diverse fields participated in the discussion, moderated by noted journalist Karma Pajor. In more news from Meghalaya, 20 companies of Central Armed Police Force have arrived in Meghalaya in view of the upcoming Lok Sabha elections slated for April 11th. More security personnel will reach the state closer to the polls. Special focus will be laid on the polling stations situated along the interstate and international borders. Security details for polling stations along the interstate borders have been worked out. In Goa, the final rites of State Chief Minister and former Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar were performed in Panaji today with full state honours. He passed away on Sunday after prolonged illness. Earlier, Parrikar's mortal remains were kept at the State Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters in Panaji today. Union Ministers Nitin Gadkari and Shripad Nayak and MP Narendra Sawaikar and other senior BJP leaders paid their last respects to the departed leader. The final rites were held near Miramar Beach. People gathered in large numbers to catch a glimpse of their beloved leader. Tight security and traffic arrangements were in place.
Take the place of Manohar Parrikar on behalf of the BJP in the context that the Congress too has sort of claimed that it can form the government.
Well, absolutely, Gautam. It's not just today only, but since last so many months we have seen here that there kind of instability clamoring around.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has urged the United Nations to develop a common strategy to combat terrorism and speedily conclude the deliberations of the Comprehensive Convention of International Terrorism. Naidu said the horrific shooting of worshippers in New Zealand once again highlighted the need for all the countries to come together to eliminate the scores of terrorism. He said it's a global challenge which requires a global response and no country is immune to these threats. Naidu was speaking at a felicitation function organized in Hyderabad on Sunday following the conferment of Dr. Honoris Causa upon him by the Peace University of Costa Rica in recognition of his contribution to the rule of law and democracy. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj today called on Maldives President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih before concluding her two-day visit to Mali. She also held a meeting with country's Home Minister and leader of Adalat Party, Sheikh Imran Abdullah. Swaraj met her Maldivian counterpart Abdullah Sahid and had a joint ministerial meeting on Sunday. A joint statement said 3 agreements were signed on visa facilitation and diplomatic and official passport holders, development cooperation and renewable energy. Swaraj said that in line with Government of India's Neighbourhood First policy, India stands ready to support the Government of Maldives in its socio-economic development. Maldives Foreign Minister expressed his government's appreciation for the key role that India continues to play in the socio-economic development of the country. In sports news, Indian skipper Virat Kohli and pacer Jasprit Bumrah have retained top positions in the latest ICC ODI rankings. Kohli remained at the #1 spot in the list of batsmen after he scored 310 runs in the recently concluded home series against Australia, which India lost at 2-3. Rohit Sharma remained #2. Kedar Jadhav's all-round effort helped him move up 11 places to a career best at 24th. In the bowlers list, Bumrah is at the top, followed by New Zealand fast bowler Trent Boult at the 2nd spot. In more sports news, in Asia Youth Athletics Championships in Hong Kong, boys medley relay team won a gold medal for India on the final day to help Indian youth team finish second in the overall medals tally with a total of 26 medals, including 8 gold, 9 silver and 9 bronze. India topped the overall tally with 31 medals that included 12 gold, 11 silver and 8 bronze, and Japan finished third with 20 medals that included 6 gold, 8 silver and 6 bronze. In Assam, officer on special duty for information and public relations, Rajiv Prakash Borwa, today conferred the awards to the winners of the Topsem Azzav, the 10th Northeast Media Sports Festival at a function held at RG Borwa Sports Complex, Guwahati. Assam Tribune Media Group lifted the best team trophy, while Prasar Bharati team bagged the trophy for runners-up. Shillong Press Club was presented the Harendranath Borwa Trophy for winning the football championship under the event, where Soigaon Press Club became the runners-up. In the B. Ahmed women table tennis, Prasar Bharati participants bagged all the first 3 positions.
And may I request the champion team, Dasan Tribune, to be on the dais. The second position winner is Aruna Chanu, also, and champion is. We now move on to men's singles runners-up. May I request him accepting the prize from.
In Meghalaya, Laumali showed tremendous grit and determination and were crowned as champions of the 4th Assam Rifles Invitational Football Tournament after defeating the Assam Rifles football team 2-1 in the final at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Shillong. Tournament top scorer Lalboy Kipzen put Assam Rifles into the lead in the 29th minute, but Laumali struck back with 2 quick goals at the start of the second half. As champions, Laumali were awarded with the coveted trophy and rupees 1 lakh in prize money.
Awarded rupees 50,000 as runners-up. The trophy, checks and medals were handed over by Governor of Meghalaya, Tathagata Roy, in the presence of Director General of Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General Sukhdeep Sangwan. The Governor in his speech said that people have witnessed a wonderful game of football which was fairly contested by both teams. Lieutenant General Sangwan praised the spectators for cheering both teams enthusiastically. 16 teams from around the state participated in the tournament, organized jointly by Assam Rifles in collaboration with the Meghalaya.
And time now for the weather report.
Satellite imagery of the northeast shows that rain or thundershower is likely to occur at many places over Arunachal and at isolated places of the region during the next 24 hours. The temperatures recorded today at some of the state capitals of the region are as follows. Guwahati recorded a maximum of 31.9 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 17 degrees Celsius. Itanagar 30.8 and 18.5. Kohima 25 and 10.4. Imphal 26 and 15.6. Aizawl 28.6 and 16.4. Agartala 29 and 19.6, Shillong 20.6 and 11.2, and Gangtok recorded a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius.
And before we wind up, the bulletin, a recap of the headlines. Election Commission issues notification for first phase of Lok Sabha polls. The phase covers 14 seats of Northeast. Boost to drive for voter awareness in Assam. Election authorities released 5 videos and a handbook. Thousands-strong last rites of former Defence Minister and Goa Chief Minister Parrikar performed with full state honours. India and Maldives signed 3 pacts. New Delhi says it's ready to support Mali's support efforts for socio-economic development. And Virat Kohli retains #1 spot in ICC one-day rankings. In bowlers list, Jasprit Bumrah is at the top. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.